Yes! Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter fucking Joseph here for video number 2. This time on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this very channel and my other channels down there. They're down there in the description box below. Show your love and support for the channels. And follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And most importantly, tap and slap that motherfucking bell. It's there for a reason, I guess. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. And if you do, well, that's too bad for you, asshole. Because you're SOL. And you know what that means. Ha ha ha. And that's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. If you're gonna leave stupid comments, you can go fuck yourself and get out of here. And if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride, and if not, get out of here. We don't like stragglers. We don't like fake as fuck people that think they're great when they're not. So, you're fake, get out of here. If you're real, great, stay, or either stay and enjoy the ride, or you can hop off too. And that's pretty much it. Simple as that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, check out my Dynamite review. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook. And that's pretty much it. By the time you see this, it'll be these videos will be up. I'm pre-recording these right now. So by the time you watching this and they actually go up after rendering and editing and everything, and not too much editing, but everything, I'm pretty much asleep by now. By the time you watch this, I'm pretty much either sleeping or I just got up. But these are all pre-recorded way in advance, so it is what it is. Anyway, that's that. Hope you have a great weekend, everybody, and just be safe and be well, and that's that. All right, very quickly, want to get to this video, and that's that. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Friday night, it is time for your late night Smackdown in AEW Rampage review for March the 1st, 2024, the first show of March, as we begin the first unofficial weekend of March, and we got that. Alright, so Smackdown, pretty good show. We had the Bloodline on the show. Roman, our tribal chief, we must acknowledge the tribal chief, as always. 1,200 and, as of this video, 1,280 days as champ and counting. So, in pretty much 20 days from now, so by March the 22nd, he will hit 1,300 days as champ. A record that probably will not be broken. And it will still continue as we get through WrestleMania time. So pretty much a week after that, it'd be 1207. So going into WrestleMania, he will be at 1,300 and close to 1,315 days as champ. Will he come out of it 1,317? I think he might. He might. And then the pretty much after that, we go to September, where we hit year number 4 as champ, break Hogan's record, which he should do. And then I would think by the time we hit WrestleMania 41, he might lose it to who? If you people think it's The Rock, it's not going to be The Rock. It's not going to be Cody. Cody's not finishing his story this year again. Stop it. Just stop. Because there is going to be either a swerve or something we didn't even think of. And I'll just tell you right now, it's probably going to be either Rock cost Roman the belt, which could still happen, or Seth Rollins cost Cody, or well, I'll get to that in a little bit. Let me move on with that. But leave your comments down below After the video, what you guys think of Smackdown and Rampage, and anything else regarding WrestleMania, and that's it. Alright, so Smackdown emanated from Glendale, Arizona at the Desert Diamond Arena. Not near Phoenix, we're like 10 miles away from Phoenix. And as always, Corey Graves and Bad News Wade Bennett. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright. So we will move on with that. Alright, so we start off the show with another Elimination Chamber recap. We have to get SmackDown. SmackDown has to get it too, you know. But we got that. That too. Alright, so we begin the show with the champ, our tribal chief, Mr. Roman Reigns. Minus The Rock for right now. So he comes out with the wise man. My name is Paul Heyman. And Solo Mibuki, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso, no yeet. And that's that. They get in the ring. Roman gets the mic, says what he has to say as always. Acknowledge us. I mean me. But makes the fans acknowledge him. They start booing him. He does it again. They get even louder. Then he does it a third time. So eventually they listen, but, you know, the people of Arizona, you're a bunch of fucking retards. So, go fuck yourselves, Arizona. And go fuck yourselves, Glendale, because you're a rip-off city of Phoenix. You're basically Phoenix's bitch. But I digress on that. So anyway, the fans start chanting for The Rock. So Roman's like, get on my page or I'm out of here. The fans go like, yeah, get out of here. Fuck you. You listen to the tribal chief. So Reigns gets all pissy. He's about to leave. So like, all right, that's it. I'm out of here. So then Paul Heyman, the wise man, says, hold on, my tribal chief. Let me handle this. I'll try to wire him off for you. So Roman tells Paul, fire up the jet. We're out of here. Paul says, we can't leave right now. We got other business to attend to. And, you know, Dwayne's still here. So, Roman's not kind of happy with that delay. He says, we're gonna go to break, and we're gonna have The Rock come out. So, eventually, we go to break. We come back. The Rock comes out. Nice fucking throwback fit. Throwback one of those nice fucking Gucci shirts. Even though he probably bought it at the Men's Warehouse. Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, you can probably buy a shirt just like that. Probably for a lesser price than $500, but still. You buy a good shirt like that, and you might like the way you look. Dwayne, The Rock, can probably guarantee that, and so can I. Because I bought a lot of shirts from the Men's Warehouse. But, because I like the way I look. I guarantee that. Let me move on. Alright, so, Rock says as Glendale is about 10 miles from Phoenix, and it makes sense for all the people to be here from Phoenix. And then he mentions that Phoenix is the #1 city for meth and cocaine use. Even though me and like Issa and other people fact checked that, that's not true, Rock. That's not true. It's number 6, but yeah. We see where you're coming from, though. And by the way, Fox 5. Fox. What the fuck was up with the freaking black screen every 5 seconds? That pissed me off. Just because some schmuck in the crowd had a Die Rocky Die sign in the crowd, they cut the feed every like 5 seconds. It kept going to black. We didn't like. Rock's like, what's that? What, he got Tourette's syndrome? What's going on here? Just because the sign says Die Rocky Die, we have to cut the feed? Oh, but then he talks about meth and cocaine. Oh, that's okay. I cannot wait till they get off Fox. They go to, they're going to go from Fox to USA. Or probably blur that too. God, I fucking hate censorship. I really do. You can't have a thing that says "Die Rocky Die," but you have programs talking about dick, and you're talking about that curse up a storm on network TV. You might add, network TV. I'm not talking about cable TV, because you can say anything on cable TV and they won't bleep it that much. Except if you're wrestling, you can't say "God damn." They bleep out shit once in a while. You can call somebody a dick or a prick. Well, prick you can say, but you can call a person a dick, a bitch. You can't say fuck, obviously. I mean, come on. People calling each other pussy, and I mean, they don't bleep that on cable TV. But network TV, you see shows talking about dick, and they're talking about, network TV, they're cursing up a storm. Like, they say ass, like it's goddamn. I've seen a few, like, shows on the CW11 that's saying fuck. I'm like, what the? That's network TV. You can't say that. Obviously, times have changed. But yeah, but freaking Fox, they can't blur. What happened to the blur button? But I mean, Fox, I fucking hate Channel 5. Fox is just retarded. It's just retarded that, just because somebody has a sign that says "Die Rocky Die," they have to like whoop black. They have to cut to black. They don't fade to black. They cut to black every 5-10 seconds. And you're walking at home like, what the fuck? And like, you're outside, you look outside, it's like, it's clear as day. I'm like, okay, my satellite is fine. My internet's fine. What's going on here? What's going on here? What are we missing? Come on! That really pissed me off, this entire freaking promo. So anyway, Rock talks about that, Phoenix is the number one city for meth and cocaine use. So, Tony Khan's gonna go to Phoenix and buy a bunch of coke. Anyway, he says, finally, your life has meaning because you cactus-loving crackheads. Ooh, ooh. He was cooking tonight, baby. He was baking, baby. He was baking, baby. The Rock was baking, baby. Shut up. All right. So he says, you cactus-loving crackheads have a reason to live because finally The Rock has come back to Arizona. So we get that. Then he talks about that wrestling has become great again. It's become cool. In a word, electrifying. And that is why everywhere WWE is going these days, places are sold out because of The Rock, Roman, and the rest of the bloodline. Fans like, yup, facts. He's like, and then Rock's like, what's not cool? Cody. So he's like, Cody, if you want to challenge The Rock one-on-one, the answer is no. Why? Because The Rock knows that a lot of, everybody wants to go one-on-one with The Rock, especially the ladies here. They want to go one-on-one with him and deal with his 22 inches. That's a lot, you know what I mean? Obviously, he wasn't talking about his penis, but he was talking about his arms, which are shorter than Hogan's. Hogan has 24-inch pythons, brother. So, technically, Rock has a small wang. But you don't want that, ladies. You don't want to have a guy with a short dick. What do you think they wrote that song? Don't want no short dick, man. Fortunately, I don't have that problem. I got a large one. Not like long dong silver long, but I'll just say this. It pleases the ladies. Especially, you know who. Yeah, all night long. But I digress. Talks about his arms, of course. Can't believe Cody is so stupid as to challenge The Rock when he has Roman to face on night 2 in the main event. So, Rock's like, well, you gave us an offer. Well, we have a counter offer for you. And he says, on night 1, of WrestleMania, we propose a tag team match player, The Rock and Roman Reigns teaming up against the resident clown, Seth Rollins, and Cody. But it's not going to be a regular match. Oh, no, 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 no. I was thinking he was going to go tornado tag team match. I thought he was going to go no rules. Whatever. But anyway, Rock says if Seth and Cody win the match, which they won't, the bloodline is barred from ringside, and Cody gets his one-on-one match with no bloodline involved. But you know there will be. You know who I'm talking about. Jey Uso. Seth Rollins. Tama Tonga. Jacob Fatu. You know there's going to be interference anyway, so what's the point? But anyway, says Rock's like, I got lawyers, we can sign contracts. You have my word, Cody, that if you guys win, there will be no bloodline at ringside. And that includes Solo, Jimmy, and the Wise Man. So Roman will just come out by his goddamn self. So it gives Cody kind of an advantage, per se. Like a pretty much an 85% chance to win. 15%, you'll see. But I digress. Anyway, but if the bloodline win, then the match is a bloodline rules match, meaning anything goes. Rock could be the guest referee. Solo sings the national anthem. It's like, and Solo's like, what? And Rock's like, it's like, hey, Solo has a hell of a voice. And Solo's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dwayne? And the fan's like, Solo, Solo, Solo. I bet he has a great voice. You know, he is married, so he probably sang it at his wife, at his wedding. Who knows? Probably sings in the shower for all we know. You know you do. You know you do, Solo. We all know you do. But you're not singing Cody's theme, hopefully. God forbid, Anyway, or Rock can bash Cody's head in because it's all fair. It's no DQ. So kind of, Cody might have two advantages. If he wins, he doesn't have the bloodline to deal with. He doesn't have Rock, Solo, Jimmy, or even the Wise Man to screw him. But he has that other, he has the bad part of that would be, Jey Uso might turn on him, Drew McIntyre can turn on him, Seth can turn on him. Then they debut Tama Tonga or Jacob Fatu because, the bloodline is endless. It's like the plague, you know what I mean? The Rock can turn on Cody anyway, so. But then again, Cody's second advantage is that this is no DQ, so anybody can freaking come in and turn on Roman or him. So, I guess, advantage Cody in a way? It looks like it's advantage Cody in my eyes. Kind of win or lose. I think Cody has pretty much a little bit of an advantage. So I would have thought about that a little bit there, Rock. But anyway. So he says, me and Roman will await your answer next week in Dallas. And then Rock's like, Cody, you know The Rock is the boss on the board. He's like, and then he's like, I don't care. It's like I'm higher than any GM, any schmuck vice president. And then he's like, Triple H. I'm like, oh, yikes. And then he's like, Cody, if you don't accept my challenge, and then we got to stop for a Triple H chant. If you don't accept the challenge, then I'm gonna do whatever I have to do that you get screwed out of that belt. You will not win the title. Interesting. So then The Rock is about to do his catchphrase, if you smell, and then you see him stop, and then Roman's hand is there, like, oh no, you did not, Roman. Why did you just do that? Him was like, oh my God, I can't believe he just did that. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And then Roman's like, hold on. He says, I need you to do something for me. You know, I'll do anything for my family, but I need you to do this one thing, Rock. One thing. And that is acknowledge me. So I'm like, oh, I was like, Rock, if I were you, I would acknowledge the chief. I know you gotta screw him, but because you think you're all high and mighty and everything, but you're not. You're a savage beast, but you're not above the tribal chief. Just saying. But anyway, so Rock doesn't like that idea, but he takes off his sunglasses and he says, from my family, you are the tribal chief, and I acknowledge you. So then they hug. Heyman's like, it has a Scooby-Doo look. And that was crazy. And then The Rock's like, this is family. And then he tells the fans to go home and smoke some more crack. And then he does his fucking line. He says, if you smell now. He stops, gives the mic to Roman, and then Roman's like, what the bloodline is cooking. And then he does this, and then Rock does this, and then notice the thumb. Notice the thumb. He does this at first, and then they pan away, and then they kind of cut back, and you see his thumb back where it should be, like this, not this. So is he gonna turn on Roman, which is like 95% likely, or does he screw Cody, which pretty much is like around 95% probability? But I think it's all gonna come down to that tag match. If Rock and Roman win, I think Cody wins on night 2. I hate to say that, but I have a feeling that Rock and Roman will win night 1. Cody will get revenge on night 2 because Rock will in turn on Roman and say, I got the power, and then Roman get all pissy. He'll get the belt back eventually, and then that sets up WrestleMania 41, but I think what I would do is have Cody and Seth win by like a disqualification or some type of chicanery near the end, right? And then Rock gets all pissed off at Roman at the end of the match, like, what did you do? And then Roman cuts a promo, like somewhere during night 2, Roman cuts a promo. He's there with The Rock, and he's like yelling at The Rock, like, you caused this. And then Roman's like talking to the tribal, to the wise man, Solo and Jimmy, like, you know. Roman's pretty much on his own island right now. We'll be on his own island, and it's like, you know, and he's really feeling that he's like clutching the title so close. And then we see Cody's like with Seth Rollins, and Seth's like, you got this, you can't lose. It's like they won't be out there. Oh, Cody'd be like, yeah, I got this in a bag. And then Seth comes in, it's like, I wouldn't be so sure. It's like, you know, they got so many family members out there. And then Cody's like, yeah, nobody's gonna come. Nobody's gonna come out. And then near the end of the match, I bet you there's gonna be somebody with a hood on. And then they hit Cody, and then Roman's like, the fuck? He's like looking around, and he looks at the guy in the freaking hood. Guy pulls off his hood. It could be Seth Rollins. It could be Solo. Well, it can't be Solo because the bloodline would be gone. It has to be somebody that's not in the bloodline. So that in turn says Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Tama Tonga, who's not in the bloodline. He's family. That's what the Rock's saying. They're like, oh, we accept him into the family. You know, he's from Tonga. He's the son of Haku. You know, they're different tribes. They hate each other, so, but they're family intertwined somehow. But you know, Tama Tonga could cost Cody, or well, a lot. You know, I forgot who said it. I think it was the Lexman or Joey. You know, Issa's friend Joey said on Twitter. It's like, how about this scenario? You have Jimmy and Jay fighting it out at Mania. They beat the crap out of each other, and then at the end of the match, they hug. They hug, and then they're like, uh-oh. And then Cody and Roman happens, and then Cody's about to win. Next thing you know, guy in the hood comes out, beats up Cody, knocks him out. Roman hits the spear, 1, 2, 3. Or you know, he hits him, knocks Cody out. I'm repping this. Like WrestleMania 39 all over again. It's not Solo. It's Jey Uso. Jey returns to the bloodline. Him and Jimmy go after the tag team belts again. Win it. There's like nothing ever happened. But then again, get out Jacob Fatu. Make his debut. Tama Tonga, who is already signed with WWE. We just don't know when he's going to show up. I mean, his contract is pretty much up. He can show up at any time. He's going to sign with NXT, obviously. He's going to start with NXT, I would think. And be with Gallows and Anderson, you know, kind of reforming the Bullet Club in NXT. And then Finn Balor's going to go down to NXT. So I don't think it's going to be AJ, but I mean, we'll see. But I have a feeling that Roman's still going to retain, and it's going to be with a person that's not in the bloodline. And technically, Jey Uso is not in the bloodline anymore. Technically speaking. So, there is so many caveats in this freaking storyline. It is just, what's going to happen? Which way do they go on night 2? Night 1, I could probably think that they can go in 2 directions. They have Cody and Seth win by disqualification, or they went straight up. And then Rock is mad at Roman, and then somehow Rock gets into the match. I don't know how it's going to happen. I mean, if they lose, Rock cannot be out there, so unless he's in a mask, and he comes out and he attacks Roman by accident. Oops. And then he takes off the mask, and freaking, you know, Roman's there, you know. He attacks Roman, and he takes off the mask. Rock is there, and Cody's like, hey, fooled you. And then Roman will lose the belt, and then comes back on Smackdown. He sees what happened, and he's like, I thought you said no bloodline. I mean, they could do that. I think that'll be kind of hypocritical, but I still think that Cody's getting screwed. I doubt Roman gets screwed by The Rock. Even if they win the match on night 1. I think if they win the match on night 1, then you have that probability that, yeah, Roman will get screwed by The Rock, because Rock is just power hungry. He wants that belt. I mean, we're about a month away from WrestleMania night 1, so anything can happen on night 1. But as of now, if I had to predict night 1, I would go with Rock and Roman to win. Set up bloodline rules, no DQ. Then the possibility of Rock turning on Roman. Cody wins the goddamn fucking belt. Everybody goes home happy. But I think that's what I think is going to happen. But I'm going with logic, and logic always wins. logically, I would. This is logically. I would have Cody and Seth win the match. Cody gets his one-on-one match, no interference at all, no bloodline at ringside. Cody's about to win the match. Next thing you know, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, CM Punk even. I doubt that, but or Tama Tonga or Jacob Fatu. There's gonna be some interference, and it's gonna cost Cody. Roman is retaining the belt one way or another, unless they actually go with what they were going with. Pretty much everybody was thinking going with, and that's Rock turning on Roman. Roman's reign finally ends at 1,315 days. So he doesn't break Hogan's record, which will piss off a lot of people. But Hogan will be happy. Nobody's gonna take it, nobody's gonna break my record, brother. And then you can start. I don't think they should start on 1 year feud because I think that's dumb. Just if you want to do Rock and Roman, do it at SummerSlam. So if you want to start that program, then start it on night 2. Then you have pretty much May, June, July, and part of August to do the whole the feud, the build up. Basically 3.5 months. Unless you want to do a WrestleMania 28 and 29, and then you have a year build up, which I think is retarded. I mean, it's good, but I just don't like 1 year builds. 1 year builds, and then we barely see them for like half the year. We don't even talk about it. Because, like Roman's got other hills to climb. He's got other things to do before he gets to The Rock at WrestleMania 41. No. You do it at SummerSlam. Don't give me a 1 year wait. Another year we have to wait for Rock and Roman, which should have happened this year. But Cody had to get in the way because of CM Punk's stupid injury. Thanks a lot, Phil. Fucking idiot. Well, that's all I gotta say about that. But right now, we'll see what happens next week on SmackDown. If Cody and Seth accept Rock and Roman's challenge for the tag team match on night 1, I think they will accept. And there we go. Then we got that, pretty much that 4-week build to their tag team match, and in turn, Cody has the build up to night 2. So it's basically a 3-week, after next week, it'll be pretty much 3-4 week build to Mania. But I mean, we got a lot of twists and turns to get through, especially going into next week in Dallas, and then Memphis, Tennessee in 2 weeks. I don't know what they're gonna do on WrestleMania week, because April 1st, the April Fool show is in Brooklyn. How fitting! How fitting an stupid April Fool's show is in Brooklyn. Go figure. I don't even know where SmackDown's gonna be. April the 5th. I think it's gonna be somewhere in New York. Might be in Buffalo or somewhere upstate. Maybe it's in Jersey. Might be at the Prudential Center. Maybe. Yeah, probably, because that's the only arena they can do it in Jersey. They have to put in a big arena. Actually, no, that's SmackDown's in Philly. I'm sorry. That SmackDown April the 5th is in Philly in the Spectrum Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So they go from Brooklyn down to Philly in the span of a couple weeks. They have WrestleMania Access Week, pretty much starting Thursday all the way to Monday. Because Raw April the 8th, the Raw After Mania is in Philly. And then they're probably going to start going down south again and go up north to Boston for SmackDown on April the 12th. And then pretty much they're going to be in the U.S. for a couple weeks. And then that SmackDown before they go to France, that's definitely a tape show. So I think the Payback's on May 5th, I believe. So May 3rd, Smackdown will be taped. Raw will be live because they're gonna still be in the States, and then they're gonna fly over to France for the press conferences and all this shit. And yeah, then Payback's gonna start about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon here in the States because it's a 5-hour difference. Because in France it's about 5 hours, 5 or close to 6 hours. If they were in Italy or Germany, that's around 7. I know that's definite 7. Saudi Arabia is 8. Is 8-hour difference, so 7-8 hour difference. So we'll be getting it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in the States, in the East Coast. So in France, they'll probably start about. I would think it would probably start about 1, maybe 2 o'clock Eastern time. Same thing for the Bash in Berlin. Probably start around 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon because it's a 6-7 hour difference. And it will probably start around 7-8 o'clock their time, because that's at night. So I would think, yeah, the next 2 international pay-per-views, well, actually, the next 3 international pay-per-views will start early in the afternoon here on the East Coast for Payback, and then Night of Champions in July, and then Bash in Berlin in August. And then after that, Crown Jewel, pretty much the same time as Night of Champions. So I got that. All right, so that's pretty much it. All right, so we'll see what happens next week with Seth, Cody, Rock and Roman, with the tag team match. Will be official next week. Most likely it will. And then probably before in the next 3 weeks, we'll get a contract signing that's going to be chaotic. Because you know how contract signings are. But we got that. All right, we move on. All right, let's finish. Let's kind of abbreviate this because I'm tired. Now, all right. So after that, we go to I Did It. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. They're looking at the end of the men's elimination chamber match where Drew McIntyre won thanks to Logan Paul knocking Randy Orton's voice out. And then Randy comes in and says, "That's funny. That's funny. That's hilarious. You know what else is funny? Me taking one of you to the ring and trying to rip your head off. So which one of you is it gonna be?" So he leaves, and they're not sure. So Orton comes back in and says, "Theory, you're on." And that's pretty much it. So anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So later on in the main event, we got Randy Orton taking on Austin Theory. Big whoop. All right, so I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. The Bloodline segment, I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. All right, then we go to our first official match of the night. It's Tiffy time. Daddy! Yes, sunshine, you woke me up.
I'm sorry, Daddy, but I just wanted you to know I was on TV tonight. Did you see me?
Yes, sunshine, I saw you. Can I go back to bed now?
Okay, Daddy. Good night. Bye.
Okay. Tiffany Stratton, Daddy's favorite girl, taking on Naomi. Let's feel the glue. Both get jobber entrances. Thanks, Dwayne. You go 40 minutes talking up a storm. That whole segment was 40 minutes. I went way too long. Probably one of the longest segments in wrestling history, and we're pretty much WWE history. When was the last time you saw like a 40-minute segment? Never, right? Dwayne just loves to talk, and he forgets that we have a time limit here. We've got other matches to go on, and he forgets, and he goes over the limit, and now we're like, oh shit, now we gotta pivot, now we gotta have women's matches last 2 minutes. And other things get cut, or get shortened really to the point of like 7 seconds. But anyway, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, they go 8 minutes. They go back and forth, but in the end, Tiffany Stratton does a little Roddy Piper poke in the eye, sends Naomi into the ring post. Ow. Then she goes up top, hits the prettiest moonsault ever. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Tiffy Tiff gets the win, and I'm happy. I am a happy camper. And that's pretty much it. All right, so Tiffy Tiff gets the win. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we get a video on Bayley. Give me a hug. Being thrown out of damage control. Let me just check something real quick. I can't even do that. Let me see, what can I do here? Oh, I can't do that. I wanted to check something on my phone. But in any case, we'll move on. Anyway, so Bayley gets thrown out of damage control and then challenges EO for the belt at WrestleMania. It's probably going to be on night 1. And then we saw a couple weeks ago, the following week, Dakota Kai comes out, and we don't know what side she's on. And then we kind of see her, we don't see her get attacked by damage control. We see her limping to the trainer's room. That was, I think, last week. And then Bayley's like, I got your back. Dakota Kai's like, I got your back. So we're thinking that Dakota's got Bayley's back. We get this tag team match, non-title match. So we even the odds a little bit, even though it's basically still 3 on 2. Because EO's there now. But anyway, we get to Bayley and Dakota Kai taking on Asuka and Kairi with the lovely EO at ringside. The Smackdown Women's Champion looking amazingly hot. Nice stockings, by the way. Make my dick hard. But, I mean, we saw 5 hotties in that ring. They can definitely get the D, if you know what I mean. I do Dakota Kai. I mean, she's a nice lassie from New Zealand, but then again, she could be a little crazy. But I dig those crazy chicks. But I'm not Phil Brooks, I dig those crazy chicks. But anyway. Bayley, I would do, and I wouldn't care. She'd be like a she'd be like a fuck buddy. Bayley could be my fuck buddy because she's a 49ers fan, so she gets bonus points. But I have to keep it to the side because I have Asuka, Kairi, and EO waiting, So she's on the bench. Bayley's on the bench right now. So is Dakota Kai. They're pinch hitting when somebody goes down, you know what I mean? But I digress. Alright, non-title match. Dakota Kai's first match in 9 months after that horrific knee injury that she had. She's had so many knee surgeries, it's just insane. Remember she had that one in NXT? Well, actually, I think it was Tegan Knox. I could be wrong, but anyway. Match lasted 4.5 minutes. Wasn't really that great. But I think we all knew what was going to happen here. Dakota Kai was like, tag me! No, bitch. So, Dakota Kai turns on Bayley, and you see Bayley like, not you! And then, pretty much, Asuka, Kairi, EO come in, beat the fuck out of her, and then Dakota comes in, beats the fuck out of her. So it's a basic 4-on-1 beatdown. And that's it. And then they all stand over Bayley, who basically has no friends left. And that's it. 4.5 minutes of wasted time. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. If Bayley has any friends left, I think the only friend she has left is Bianca Belair, who she pretty much hates. But I guess she could find her find an ally in her and Bianca. Because Bianca's not really got anything to do. So she can find Bianca, Naomi, and probably the third person will be Jade Cargill. Because I'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so we go to break, we come back, Damage Control and Dakota Kai walking in the back. They run up to Jade Cargill. And then there's some tension going on, especially with Jade and Io. Jade looking at that belt. And Nick Aldis comes out and says, no, we're not doing this here. I will talk to you girls later. Jade, in my office, now. And Jade's like, to Io. And Io's like, I see you. So maybe they're teasing Io winning at Mania against Bayley, and then maybe at Payback, Jade Cargill is the one to beat Io and end her reign. Jade's going to be doing something. We just don't know what it is right now. We can still get Jade and Bianca. That would be money. Give me that. But we'll see. We shall see what happens with that. We still got about a month to go till Mania. We got a lot of matches still to be announced. Intercontinental title might be defended by who? We don't. I mean, by Walter, but we don't know who his opponent might be. Logan Paul, United States title. Don't know. Most likely he's gonna face either Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. See, we already got AJ and Eli Drake at Mania, most likely. We already know the tag team match is going to be Awesome Truth and the law firm of Finn and Priest. That's that. Women's tag team titles. Asuka and Kairi maybe against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Maybe a multi-women's tag team title match. Which I bet you nothing Asuka and Kairi lose. That means Asuka goes 0-7 at Mania. So her losing streak continues at Mania, which sucks. And then already have Mommy Rhea Ripley, Becky, and then Io and Bayley. So the women's titles are done. The men's titles are pretty much done. Intercontinental U.S. titles still, we don't know what's happening with them, and the U.S. and Intercontinental title we don't know about, and then they might add a few winky-dink matches in between. Maybe Battle Royal, Andre the Giant Battle Royal, maybe a women's Battle Royal to see who faces one of the champs. I know they got a lot of things to go over and how many more matches they're going to announce. And that's pretty much it. All right, we'll see what happens with Jade. Possible tease with Io. I don't know. And that's it. All right, then we go to, well, you can't go to the bathroom break match of the night. 6 seconds. Braun Breaker destroys Zion Quinn. Oh, remember him? Yeah, pretty much we don't because he lasted 6 seconds. Harley Cameron, you might want to make a call. If your man can last 6 seconds, get out of there. It is what it is. I don't last 6 seconds. I go all night long, my friends. You can expose to that yourself. But I digress. All right, they'll get a video on the Legado del Fantasma 2.0 LWO feud. We got Santos Escobar and Gordito in a street fight coming up. But before that, we get a in memory of Virgil little in memoriam thing. That was nice. All right. Pick up some Virgil and rest in peace to Virgil and Ole Anderson and Richard Lewis this week. That's that. All right, then we go to Santos Escobar in a street fight with Gordito, who spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Street fight, they use trash cans, bash it over the freaking head. They just went to war. Pretty damn good street fight. Legado comes out. The Mexican Wolves come out. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, they come out, beat down on Carlito, basically 3-on-1. And then Joaquin Wild and Raul Mendoza come out to kind of even the odds. Legado gets the better of the fight. But then we hear some interesting music. And we hear the music of Booyaka Booyaka! Lima Studio! So Ray comes out in a nice Muda-like mask. Nice, Ray. Ray's getting old. He looks like he's 50. He got that gray in his beard now. Get that man just for men hair color. So Ray comes out on a crutch, but does basically a Hangman and a Page. Oh, I'm not hurt. Bashes the Mexican Wolves, lays him out. And then Santos is like, come on, Ray! So, eventually, Carlito spits the apple in the face of Escobar because he was not cool. Then he hits the backstabber. Ray hits the 619. And then Carlito picks him up, hits a Spain Buster through the table. 1, 2, 3. Carlito and the LWO get the win. Well, pretty much Carlito gets the win. And that's it. So now we got the faction war gonna happen at WrestleMania. The LWO against Legado. Because that's pretty much 4-on-4 now. So you got Ray, Carlito. Actually, it's 5-on-4, really. So I guess Andrade is turning and joining up with his good buddy Santos. You got Ray, Joaquin Wild, and Raul Mendoza, Carlito, and Zelina. That's 5. Taking on Santos, Elektra Lopez, the Mexican Wolves. That's 4. Who's that 5th guy? That's going to be Andrade. So, there you go. So, you thought Andrade was going to join the LWO? Nope. You think Andrade is going to be face? Nope. You think he is because of that whole thing with him and Dom Dom in the back. I mean, they need a 5th guy, so you can't... Unless they take out the women, yeah, you can do 4-on-4, but I would just do a 10-man intergender tag match. Put Zelina and Elektra in there. Come on. And then you have Ray come back at Mania in a match. But then again, like I said, you need another person, so Andrade kind of fits that bill. He's from Mexico. I mean, who else are you gonna pick? Hey, maybe you pick Anthony Solese! Take me in! You're a doll. Ah, clap! Can't pick El Dorito. He's just an inanimate object. Oh, maybe he called his cousin Osito. Osito is Puerto Rican, after all. Fits right into the LWO, but... Legado? Maybe. If you turn him, but I don't think though. Here's my man, Osito. We miss you here in the New York area. You know, he's injured right now. I don't know when he's coming back. But we got that. All right, good street fight. 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we get a look at what's coming on next week's show. We got Bobby Lashley against Killer Cross, 1-on-1. Interesting stuff. I've got another match. I forgot what it was. And then we got Seth and Cody's answer to Rock and Roman. So all four men will be in the house in Dallas. So that's going to be a good show next week. And we got that. So that's that. All right. Then we go to the back where we have Nick Aldis meeting up with Pete fucking Dunne and Tyler Bate, the New Cash Republic. Stupid name. British Strong Style sounds much better. Just saying. So they basically say we got screwed at the Elimination Chamber against Finn and Priest. We want another tag team title shot. Can you give us a shot at Mania? So Nick Aldis says, well, me and Adam Pearce have a plan for next week. And they were about to say it. But then Eli Drake comes in. And he's looking for AJ Styles, who was looking for the whole entire night. And then Aldis says, well, I told AJ to stay away this week. So Eli has a chair waiting for him. And there is nothing that Nick Aldis can do about it. So that's pretty much it. So next week, you know, You know, AJ, if you come to Dallas, you're in trouble. I think he can handle himself, but so we'll see what happens with that. But as far as the tag team, this whole tag team thing, I think they're gonna either unify it. Well, it's already unified. They're gonna break it up. So I think when Awesome Truth win the belts, or what they could do is do like a gauntlet match with all the tag teams, Authors of Pain, Street Profits, New Day, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Maybe add the Mexican. Well, I can't add the Mexican Wolves because they're in a match. You take all the tag teams that are not having a match, put Miz and Truth in there, and they have this big gauntlet match, and the two winners, or the win. You have to have two winners. The first winner gets the Raw tag team belts. The other winner gets the Smackdown tag team belts. So they split them up. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it looks like the belts are gonna be split. Finally. Or they just get rid of those 4 belts called the Undisputed Tag Team belts, and they just unify it into one stinking belt, which they should have done years ago. When the Usos won the I think they won the Smackdown tag team belts. They should have just, the week after, they should have just came out with new belts and just had one stinking belt for both brands. And now, they call it the unified belt. Well, why don't you just unify those 4 belts into one belt? That's what you did with the Universal title. It's basically the big gold, well, not even a big gold belt, which is the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman's title is just basically the Universal title, just painted gold, which I think is ridiculous. I mean, I hate the World Heavyweight Championship look. It's the big gold belt with just the goddamn WWE logo on it. It looks fucking hideous. If people like it, you like it, great. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm old school. I like old school belts. So, hey, maybe if Cody wins the belt, it'll bring back the Wind Eagle title, which they've been saying for years. But then again, I heard they have a belt for Cody. I mean, they already had the side plates out already. But Cody ain't winning that belt. No way, no how. And if he does, I'll eat my words, and I still wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit if Roman loses the belt. He's getting it right back. So Cody's reign won't be that long. Maybe a few months. Until maybe a guy named Phil comes back. Because we know Drew's winning the belt from Seth Rollins on night 1. So I think they should start with the World Heavyweight title match. Have Drew win. And then Seth gets injured, and he goes into the match not at 100%. And there you go. Seth and Cody lose, and then you have no disqualification rules on night 2, which kind of is advantage Cody again anyway. And then everything. I mean, the Bloodline will just beat the fuck out of Cody. They'll do whatever the fuck they want. Rock will come out later in the match, and then he goes to help Roman, and then oops, Rock hits Roman, or Rock bottoms Roman because of something. They argue, and then next thing you know, Rock bottoms freaking Roman, and Wiseman's like, oh no! He knows that the title's about to change. And then either somebody comes out to help Cody and The Rock just stands there, or Cody just wins outright. Thanks to The Rock, because he made the match. That's what I think is going to happen. I know a lot of people saying Seth Rollins is going to cost Cody. Drew McIntyre could cost Cody, even Tama Tonga, Jey Uso. I mean, it's all fine and dandy. That could happen, but is it? I guess we'll find out on night 2 because that's the real big one. I don't really care about night 1, really. I mean, I do. I hope Cody and Seth lose. And then on night 2, Cody loses again. And maybe Rock doesn't do anything. Maybe Rock just stands there. Or Rock bottoms Cody, and Roman goes for the cover, and Cody somehow kicks out, and Rock's like, fuck! And he starts yelling at Roman, saying, do the fucking job! You pin him! And then, they have like a little argument, then maybe a shoving match ensues, and then the fans are like, oh, we know it's coming now! Roman gets rock bottomed, Cody's like incapacitated, and then maybe the freaking referee gets incapacitated, or referees get incapacitated or out. Rock hits Roman with the rock bottom, puts Cody on top of Roman. Rock's like, 1, 2, 3. That's not a referee. And then the match ends, and Rock's like, hey, you won! Because you own the company, Rock. You think you can pull that card? I mean, you probably could, but I think it's a stupid card to pull. I still think you're a bitch for costing Roman the belt, if you do. I still think it's a bitch move. Because Cody had to play the Dwayne card and play the Avengers card. Because Drew's not going to be in the Avengers whole thing. Not going to happen. You're not going to play Endgame with Roman. There's no Endgame with Thanos Roman. And now pretty much Galactus Rock. You're gonna have to take down basically 2 gods. And really, Thanos is way above Galactus. Technically speaking, Galactus wouldn't even hold a candle to freaking Thanos. Thanos could freaking kill Galactus in one fucking move. Not even one. He could just use any of the gems of the Infinity Gauntlet, and Galactus would be gone. He could use the time gem. He could just take Galactus' soul, even though Galactus doesn't really have a soul. Technically speaking, but he could just use the power gem, really fuck up Galactus, even in God mode. Galactus is a god, he has all that cosmic power, but he wouldn't even hold a candle to Thanos. When Thanos just that blue gem, the power gem. Forget it, he'd be done. There's the other 3 gems, the other 4 gems really, or 5 gems, he just uses the blue gem and that's it. And like, alright, what happens to the other 5? He has to use the soul gem, and then he has to use the red gem, which I think is the life gem, or the I think it's rebirth gem. I forget what the name of it is. Thanos will whip the living shit out of Galactus, and they just look at the Watcher like, what are you gonna do now? The fucking Watcher can't even do anything, Remember at the end of, I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy? I think it's the second one. They show the Watchers looking on, and then, like, Stan Lee's just there, like, hey, you're on my way home! No, we're just gonna leave you there. Dumbass. What do you think?
We're leaving.
And then they walk really slow, like fucking snails. They're bald, fucking big, humongous heads. I never understood the Watcher at all. And all the times I read Marvel comics, and I have the Infinity Crusade comics, I have the Infinity War comics, I even have the one after that. I have the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Crusade, Infinity War. Every freaking issue I have. In mint condition, by the way. I would sell them, but I'm not. I don't need to. And eventually I might, but for a good price, but I know what happens and who gets the Infinity Gauntlet. All of them. I mean, Spider-Man got it for some odd reason. Then he just lost. He lost it right away. That was easy. He lost it. Freaking Silver Surfer had it for a couple of issues. I was like, oh man, he should have held on to that because freaking Silver Surfer had more cosmic power than Galactus, and with the freaking gauntlet on his hand, woo, he was like unstoppable. And somehow he lost it. I forgot. I think somehow Thanos kicked his ass. I was like, how? And then in turn, Thanos gets it back, and then I think the last one was Infinity Crusade, which pretty much ends with Adam Warlock getting the fucking beating the living shit out of Thanos and gets help from like 6,000 people. And then in turn, he gets the gauntlet off Thanos, and then the Infinity Crusade ends with Adam Warlock with the Infinity Gauntlet, and then that in turn leads to his comic book series Warlock. And he held it for, I don't know, I didn't get all those comics, but I think he held it for like most of the series. And that was it. I didn't get anything after that. So. And then they had the What If series, like what if this person had the Infinity Gauntlet? It's just weird. I missed the I mean, I saw the TV show. I think it was on Hulu or Netflix. I think it was on What If? No, it's on Disney. Disney Plus. I saw the What If series on Disney. That was good. That was a good shit. You know, the Marvels and everything else. You know, the Vision series. That was good. But they never really. I don't even think they showed Adam Warlock in that whole Avengers thing. The Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. I don't even think they showed him there. Because who gets the Infinity Gauntlet then? Or shall I tell you? I don't think I should tell him. Iron Man! Ah, sorry, that's cold. Nah, I'll spoil it. Iron Man gets the fucking Infinity Gauntlet at the end of that. What? Iron Man? Really? Tony Stark gets the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. That's perfect. Morons. Anyway, that's that. I don't even know where I was going on that. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so this tag team title thing, I guess we're gonna find out what happens next week on the program from Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. So stay tuned. And then we got Eli looking for AJ. So we're gearing up for WrestleMania, my friends. We're gearing up. Alright, then we go to your main event of the evening. Randy Orton has monotonous voice against Austin Theory. Grayson Waller at ringside. Also Kevin Owens on commentary doing some epic shit. Owens with a funny bit about how he's smart for bundling his insurance. Nice Progressive insurance joke. Anyway. So, back and forth they went. They go to the outside. Orton drops both of them onto the announcer's table. And Owens is like, did you see him bounce? I untied his shoe. And that was funny. You get near the end. They go back in. Theory counts the Gilmore cutter, sending Randy into the ring post because they had that shoulder issue from the Elimination Chamber. Get the blockbuster for a near fall. And then he tries to go for the Demon DDT. Randy gets out of it. Theory snaps Randy's neck on the ropes. And then Theory tries for the rolling cutter of Grayson Waller. But he rolls, jumps up in the air. Boom! Gilmore cutter. Stop doing that. Stealing my move, Randy. Stop it. Anyway, gets the win. You know, freaking Kevin's like, oh, I know he's going to do that. And everybody's like, oh, that's the greatest RKO in the history of the WWE. Not even close. It's good. But it kind of reminds me of WrestleMania 31. just without the, the stomp, and they go boing. Was freaking Seth Rollins was like at least 10 feet in the air. After, Randy just went boing. No. Theory was like barely like a foot off the ground at least. I mean, he sold it really good. And then he sold the stunner that Kevin Owens gave him after the match. Sold it like perfect. And then Grayson Waller gets the RKO at the end of the match. At the end of the match, too. So Randy gets the win. Big bang, whoop, big deal. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And so it looks like next week we might get a tag team match. Randy, and Kevin Owens. I guess you can call him Team RKO. Or maybe RKO 2.0 against Grayson Waller and Theory in a boring as fuck tag match. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so Smackdown ends. And that was that. Got the Rampage. Rampage was okay. Nothing great. Claudio and Rugido, great match. Claudio gets the win after the neutralizer. Match lasted almost 20 minutes. They shake hands, and then Claudio basically knocks him right in the nuts. And then Magnus, Rugido's partner, comes out for the save, but a little bit too late. And then Magnus was facing Matt Sydal. Another good match. I think Magnus won that. Nothing great in that match. We had Rio. Her name is Rio, and she dances on my lap. Okay. So Rio was taking on Trish Adora of the Infantry. And Rio got the win. Yay! That makes someone I used to know very happy. That's his waifu. So she got the win there. Lance Archer and the Righteous beat 3 Hammonagers. Didn't really give 2 shits. And pretty much that's the gist of Rampage. Angelo Parker got his leg taken out by Zachary Knight after he was there with Ruby. I think they were talking about their date that happened on Dynamite, their second date. So they're in the back, and then I think they met up with They met up with Saraya and Harley Cameron, and then out of nowhere, Zachary Knight comes in, I think with a pipe or some type of stick, like bam, right into Parker's leg, incapacitated him, and then pretty much Paige and Harley Cameron beat the fuck out of Ruby Soho. So just to lead into they might do a mixed tag team match with Parker and Ruby against the Knight with the Knight family, Saraya and Zach, at maybe during 0 hour. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. I have nothing really else to say about Rampage. But Rampage was, alright, decent, I guess. I gave it 6.25 out of 5 stars. It was a go-home match for Rampage. Tomorrow night, or actually, coming up later, pretty much later tonight, when you see this. This will be tomorrow. So later on Saturday night, Collision coming your way live. So should be a good show. Their go home show for Collision, and that's it. Then Sunday, Sting's final match. The main event, Sting and Darby defending the tag team belts against the Corporate Bucks, Nicholas and Matthew. We got that. The co-main event, Swerve, Hangman, and Joe for the AEW World Title. And other matches after that. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Smackdown, 7 out of 10 stars. Rampage, 6.25 out of 5 stars. out of 10 stars, excuse me. So 7 out of 10 and 6.25 out of 10, respectively, for Smackdown and Rampage. And that's pretty much it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. By the time you see this, I'll be asleep. But so that's that. Have a great weekend, everybody. And until next time, if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. That's it. Go to bed, motherfuckers, or good morning to you all, wherever you may be. But until then, have a great weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Ring of Honor and TNA. And then Collision later on. So your Triple Threat Saturday coming your way tomorrow. And then on Sunday, double your dose, double your pleasure. TSL 24 with my Revolution predictions. And then after the pay-per-view Sunday night on the Peter Joseph channel, your Revolution 2024 review. And that's pretty much it. Then we'll get back to a little bit normal basis with normal week of action. Raw, SmackDown, NXT Roadblock coming up on Tuesday. Big episode of Dynamite. Okada might be there. We'll see. And then SmackDown from Dallas. Rampage. Normal time. Collision. Normal time. And we'll continue rolling through March, my friends. We talk about Easter pretty soon. Baseball preview coming up. Hopefully getting the book pretty soon in the next couple weeks. Whether I get it online or I get it at the store. But there will be a baseball preview coming your way in the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that on the Shadows Later channel. And then I will do an Easter vlog. Probably before I go out for Easter dinner or Easter lunch, Easter dinner. Whether it be, well, we'll see what happens with that. Before me and the missus go out for Easter dinner, I'll do a quick vlog. Just wishing everybody happy Easter. And that's it. And then we start the month of April with the corny as fuck April Fool's edition of Raw from Brooklyn, from the Barclays Center. And then we'll go through WrestleMania week. And that's pretty much it with that. But yeah, we'll move on with that. Easter weekend, I'm going to try to get as many videos as I can. But we'll see what happens with that. There may be a change at the end of this month. I might not do any reviews, or I'll try to get as much as I can up by Easter. And then after Easter, WrestleMania week, I'm going to try my best to get everything up. But, I got to deal with, I got WrestleMania week, I got me and the missus anniversary, basing on night one of the entire day, basically. So I definitely will be watching Stand and Deliver. Definitely be watching that. Then after that, I'm going to go to my anniversary lunch with the missus, come home, watch. I might do the review right after that, and then getting right into WrestleMania Night 1, and then April 7th. I'm not gonna do a video until after WrestleMania. So WrestleMania Night 2. So late Sunday night after WrestleMania 2 goes off the air, I'm gonna do a video talk about Night 1. And then kind of breezing through Night 2's results. I'm not going to go into depth or anything like that, because it'll take me 4 hours. But, we'll see what happens with that. Then we got the Raw after Mania. Then we're kind of pretty much on a normal schedule after that. But there will be some changes coming up by the end of this month, and especially during WrestleMania week. I may or may not do reviews. But if I don't do it, then I will put something up on my community tab or on Twitter. So check out my social media pages and check out my community tabs on my respective channels. So you know what's going on. But that's it. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace!